Welcome to CBT News with Shyann Malone.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to CBT News. I'm Shyann Malone. Thanks so much for watching. And now here's Chris Riggins with today's top stories.
Thanks, Shyann. On today's show, we're joined by tech YouTuber Faiz Ali, but first, General Motors and Auto Car Industries have announced a partnership to build hydrogen-powered heavy-duty vehicles in the U.S. The joint venture operation will use Autocar's Alabama facility to produce a variety of work vehicles such as dump trucks and tractors, with the first models expected to launch in 2026. In a press release, GM Executive Director Charlie Freeze reiterated the company's goal of lowering emissions from heavy-duty vehicles and called hydrogen fuel cell technology, quote, ideal for most energy-intensive applications. House Republicans voted in favor of a law blocking a Biden administration policy that would require automakers to substitute a majority of car sales with electrified models over the next decade. Representatives also voted to take away the EPA's power to put limits on ICE vehicle sales. In response, the White House vowed to veto the Republican-backed bill, although it is unlikely to pass in the Senate, where Democrats lead by a slim margin. Ford is warning customers that the battery-powered Mustang Mach-E will likely no longer qualify for federal tax credits following the Biden administration's decision to revise its EV guidelines. Starting in January, electrified cars will need a higher percentage of domestically sourced components to remain eligible for incentives, putting multiple models at risk of losing part or all of the $7,500 government rebate. Although Ford noted it was awaiting finalized requirements, it did not announce whether any other models in its lineup would be impacted by the change. Used vehicle prices trended downwards in November as the automotive industry entered a seasonal slump. Wholesale pre-owned car prices dropped 2.1% from October and 5.8% from 2022, according to Cox Automotive's Manheim Used Vehicle Value Index. Used car sales also dropped in November, falling 7% month-over-month and 2% year-over-year. Since the start of 2023, pre-owned franchises and values have mostly declined, with occasional jumps due to fluctuating OEM production. However, prices remain far above pre-pandemic norms, making used cars highly profitable for dealers. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next is tech YouTuber Faiz Ali to discuss the mixed reactions to Tesla's Cybertruck event. We'll be right back.
Well, if you're not already subscribed to CBT News, now is the perfect time to do it. For over a decade, CBT has brought you exclusive and in-depth interviews with dealer principals, OEM executives, industry analysts, and top-level sales and management trainers. Join the thousands of automotive professionals that rely on CBT News for the insights that drive profits and maximize the bottom line. Subscribe today.
So let's jump right into the Cybertruck. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I think it's one of the coolest vehicles that I think we've ever seen. It's definitely, quite divisive in terms of the way it looks. Some people love it, some people hate it.
Right. Looks a little boxy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and there's not a single curve on the design. And that goes for both the exterior and the interior. So it's a beautiful looking car. I would say you have to see it in person.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, I thought it looked cool. But then when I saw it in person, I thought this was the most beautiful car I've ever seen.
That's
it's
cool.
Super different, super unique, and I think it's going to be wonderful once we see it on the road.
Sure. And it's like a bulletproof
fully
vehicle,
bulletproof.
Right?
Yep, that's
wow.
right. Yeah.
And what kind of power does this vehicle come with?
So it comes with there's 3 different versions.
Okay.
There's a rear-wheel drive, dual motor, and a tri-motor version.
Okay. And what are the price? What's the price differential for each one?
So I believe the rear wheel drive is $60,990.
Okay.
The dual motor drive is $79,990.
Okay.
And then the tri-motor Cyber Beast model is $99,990.
Okay. And what's the purpose of having a tri-motor in this truck? Is it just for towing capacity or?
So I think so towing capacity. It has the capacity of towing over 11,000 pounds, which is absolutely amazing for a truck, and then also performance. So you're getting both performance and you're getting the towing capacity.
Okay. Do you think, though, that this truck is probably going to be held by collectors and people that use this, obviously, as a third vehicle or something like that, the bed will probably never be touched, right?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think so. In fact, Elon Musk said that it's going to be his daily driver. Okay. So I think this will be a cool vehicle for obviously people who are truck enthusiasts.
Yeah.
and obviously for like construction workers and stuff like that. But I think it's also going to be big for just car enthusiasts in general.
Sure.
Well, that wraps up our show for today, but we do invite you right back here tomorrow morning on CBTnews.com. And remember, you can stay up to date with the most recent news and trends influencing the retail automotive industry by following us on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm Shyann Malone. Thanks so much for watching. You have a good one.
CBT News, your #1 resource for auto industry news and content.